Thank you, Dr. McCall. We have had so much fun tonight, and we've especially enjoyed the opportunity to express our profound appreciation and gratitude for all of you and the work that you do there in your communities. 27 years ago, I arrived at Lindsey Wilson College. It was a struggling junior college where I started off as an admissions counselor, and I remember Tim Burcham. He's in the back. Tim Burcham was a demigod at the University of Kentucky. He kind of showed us the ropes for all the duties. So anyhow, when he walked in, I gave him a big hug, and he was like, "Who is this man?" Touching me around my neck. But anyhow, at that time at Lindsey, there were two of us that were admissions counselors, and I was responsible for recruiting in eastern Kentucky. And what that meant at Lindsey at that time was that I had Elizabethtown and everything east, which included Louisville and Lexington and Ashland and Maysville and northern Kentucky and Prestonsburg and Pikeville, Somerset, and everything in between. So I remember those days fondly, Tim. It was such a great experience, though. I remember so fondly my days back in admissions because I think I learned so much. And one of the things I remember is when we were an associate degree granting institution was trying to get our graduates an opportunity to transfer on to that next institution. And we would work with students in admissions, and sometimes, Western would accept a course, but Eastern wouldn't accept the same course. Or you'd go to a different discipline and Eastern would accept it and Western wouldn't accept it. So it was so frustrating trying to work all that out. So when we started to develop this program and began to refine this partnership with KCTCS, our faculty and our board of trustees approved a block transfer agreement where no longer would your students suffer if they came to Lindsey Wilson College. We would accept those credits, and I think a lot of that has to go back to our days when we also were an associate degree granting institution, and our students had the same challenges that you've had. So this was before House Bill 160 that Lindsey Wilson approved the block transfer. But we know that you produce a quality product. That's not debatable. We know you produce a quality product. We know that your SOC's accredited just like we are. In fact, I'm the Kentucky representative on the executive council with the commission. And that's where I met Augusta. We've developed a good friendship. And Diane Calhoun French, is another person I've met through our work with the Southern Association. We don't ever see academic integrity as a problem with what you're doing. In fact, it's just the contrary. In our experience as a commissioner, what I've seen is that most of the time it's some small private church-related college that's struggling with their accreditation that goes on warning or goes on probation. It's not a problem with you guys. You understand it, you're very good at it, you understand assessment. In fact, we could learn a lot from what you're doing. Just think about it. Hiwassee or Lambeth or Sioux Bennett. Those are all United Methodist colleges like we are that have struggled with their accreditation. So in my mind, it's just asinine to have students suffer for the sake of stroking our egos by pretending that what we teach is somehow better than what you do. That's just not the case. We've been, in fact, we've been so pleased with the quality and the preparedness of your students, of your graduates. We're not having to spend any of our energy on remediation. Your students are fully prepared for the junior and the senior years. In fact, out of your students who have come to Lindsey Wilson College, 78% of those students graduate with a bachelor's degree. 78%. Over 68% continue on and get their master's degree without ever having to leave their communities. It's absolutely amazing. The second thing that I learned is that there's so many similarities in the students that we serve and in our missions. The Columbia campus is located in a federally distressed Appalachian county. where 65% of our students are Pell eligible. 82% are first-generation college students. Does that sound familiar to some of you? So we use words in our mission statement, like serving the educational needs of students, active caring, where every student every day learns and grows and feels like a real human being. Now, I'm not sure how you articulate your mission statement, but I know that's what you do on your campuses, actively caring, every student, every day. Your focus is on teaching and learning. It's about changing lives, just as it is with our students. That's what you do, that's what we do. My final point that I want to make tonight is that in my days in admissions, I learned what a tough competitor you were then and continue to be now. I much prefer to be friends than foes. In fact, I prefer to be partners as we move forward. So thank you again for the quality of your students, for the gracious way you've accepted us onto your campus, and for continuing to keep the interest of your students at the very forefront of the decisions that you make. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share with you. It's been fun. I hope we do it again. Thank you.